on replacing pump on model 400. First of all, make sure there's no pressure in the machine and that the machine is unplugged. Number two, you will need to remove two bottom bolts that are towards the front of the machine that hold the electrical plate. You'll need to pull back this cover that holds this 1/8 inch copper line. Once it's pulled back, you'll need a 3/8 wrench to remove it. There's usually two wire ties that hold the plate around. You can cut those off with some side cutters. Pull back this clear hose that is inserted into a barb. Next, you'll need to remove this black hose that is connected onto this 1/4 inch copper line. By doing that, you can use a 1/2 inch wrench on this side to hold the compression fitting, and then loosen the cap with a 9/16 wrench. Next, you'll need to remove the solenoid top, which all you need to do is slide this pin off backwards, and then the solenoid top can come off completely off. There is 4 screws that hold the pump itself. There's 2 towards the top, and then there's 2 towards the bottom. You need a small Phillips screwdriver. Once you take the first 2 tops off screws, then since you remove the bolts on the bottom, you'll be able to lift up the plate to get enough room to get the 2 bottom screws that is holding on to the pump. Once pump assembly is out, you can use a vise to be easier to take it off. Now what you do is this 1/4 inch coupler, you'll want to hold it with a 9/16 wrench, and then to loosen the pump itself, go into the 1/2 inch fitting that is attached furthest of the pump, and then you can loosen up the pump so that it can come off. Once the pump is out of this coupler, you'll need to grab the other part of the pump, which is on this 90-degree angle, and then you'll do the same thing with a 1/2 inch wrench. You just loosen it so that you can take the pump itself off of the fitting. Once the pump is off, you'll do exactly the same thing to put the new one back together. You want to be careful with these cylinders. Make sure that these don't turn. If they turn, internal damage to the pump can occur. Once the pump is back assembled together, you'll need to tie back this black hose to that 1/4 inch copper line with a 1/2 inch to hold, the 9/16 to tighten. You'll need to replace this clear hose back into that barb. Replace the 4 screws to hold the pump. Replace the pin on top of the solenoid and replace the solenoid. Replace the 1/8 inch copper line back into the pressure transducer, and then finally just tighten back again 2 bolts on the bottom that hold the electrical plate. And one final thing, remember to plug in back the power to the pump with the 2 blue wires.